two colossal forces engaged in a titanic clash. Gogeta and Broly from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie unleash a battle of epic proportions. The sheer power and energy they wield cause a cataclysmic explosion that shatters the very fabric of reality itself. As their fight rages on, the dimensional barriers separating different Dragon Ball continuities begin to tear apart. In the aftermath of their colossal battle, the universe doesn't just get destroyed, it gets reborn. A new unified reality is forged. All these separate timelines, Dragon Ball, Z, GT, Super, and the movies are now intertwined into a single spiraling universe. The result is a Dragon Ball world where all characters, storylines, and events coexist in one chaotic reality. This newly merged universe changes everything. Characters from different eras now share the same reality, leading to a new era of epic battles, unexpected alliances, and intense rivalries. The peaceful days are over as the boundaries between timelines are erased, paving the way for some truly wild adventures. Yo, what up everyone? I've been cooking something special for a while now, but I wasn't sure how it would turn out or how much of a hassle it would be to put together. But here we are, ready to dive in. If you haven't guessed already from the title, is exploring a what-if scenario where everything in Dragon Ball is canon. Well, everything from the anime continuities only. That means no video game characters like Charlotte or 21. Sorry, but I wouldn't do those characters justice. I'm also toying with the idea of including Dragon Ball heroes into the mix. I'd love to hear from you guys. Should I add heroes to the mix, like storyline and plot? Or should I just add elements of heroes like transformations and characters? I know a lot of people don't like how wonky Dragon Ball heroes can get at times, so I wanted to ask before I add on to the series. But that's it, and without further ado, let's get this video started. In this newly unified reality, Cooler's stories becomes more crucial. Before Frieza rise to power, Cooler and Frieza were locked in a high stakes contest for their father King Cold's throne. Their clash was relentless. Despite Cooler's formidable strength, King Cold ultimately chose Frieza as his successor, igniting a blazing fury in Cooler. Feeling betrayed and driven by a desire for revenge, Cooler cast aside the Frieza Force and ventured to the farthest corners of the galaxy. There he set out to forge his own empire with the ultimate goal of overthrowing his brother and seizing control. But as Cooler rise to power unfolds, he and Cooler find themselves in a universe now inhabited by the beings whose power eclipses even their own. This new landscape presents challenges beyond anything they ever faced before. Yet those colossal threats remain dormant, casting a long and ominous shadow over the universe. Their presence is a chilling promise of future terror, a warning of the unimaginable dangers that lie ahead. With these threats looming, Cooler and Frieza face a realization that their bitter relationship might soon pair in comparison to the dangers on the horizon. To confront this impending storm and dark fears that lie in wait, they may have no choice but to forge an uneasy alliance. Survival could depend on their ability to set aside their amenity and unite against the encroaching darkness that threatens their universe. While the merging of the universes doesn't change the main Saiyan storylines involving Nappa and Vegeta, it does introduce some new intriguing developments for minor characters. One notable change comes from the fan manga Dragon Ball Zero, created by Toritaro. In this version, Raditz and Turles are childhood friends that embarks on a dangerous mission that nearly kills them. Raditz is saved by Vegeta and Nappa, while Raditz believed that Turles was killed. However, Turles does survive and discovers the Triomite. This would be more important later on. Another major change involved Broly. Both DBZ Broly and DBS Broly are born as twins around the same time as Vegeta. When King Vegeta learns of these two prodigious Saiyans, he orders their execution, As he seemingly kills Perius, he goes and stabs the first baby several times. While attempting to finish off the second baby, he shoots a ki blast at him. However, this blast triggers a massive power surge in the first child, raising his power level to 10,000 and momentarily matching the king's strength. The child grabs his twin brother along with his father and escapes Planet Vegeta, encasing a ki barrier, evading both death and detection by Frieza. This escape becomes a mysterious legend among the Saiyans, but Frieza remains unaware of the event. Following Planet Vegeta destruction, Frieza's empire rises. However, he faces competition from various factions, including the Turles Crusher Corps. One fateful day, Turles encounters a powerful and ancient adversary, a shriveled green-skinned warrior named Slug. Slug defeats Turles in battle and prepares to kill him, but he notices the fierce hatred and burning desire for power in Turles' eyes. Amused and intrigued, Slug spares Turles and proposes an alliance to rule the universe together. As they forge this uneasy partnership, they cross paths with other Saiyans harboring their own dark secrets. Among them is a particularly malevolent Saiyan, but his twin brother can manage him at times. United by their shared status as outcasts, this group forms the Dark Syndicate, a formidable smaller faction capable of challenging Frieza rule. Each member harbors their own ambition for universal dominance, and there is no leader among them. And like the others, there is one different, that being DBS Broly, which Turles recognizes and cleverly uses this to manipulate Broly to serve his own goals. As the Saiyan saga begins, the story follows the exact same path. Goku sacrifices himself to defeat Raditz, travels to the afterlife, and begins his journey on Snake Way, while Piccolo kidnaps Gohan. The story shifts when Goku accidentally falls into hell. Realizing his mistake, he quickly makes his way back to the other world. As Goku races back towards Snake Way, a mysterious figure follows him. This figure is unseen by most, is Raditz, who had used Goku's slip up as a distraction to escape hell, cleverly evading Kenyatta and his staff. In DBZ, hell is portrayed quite differently from its depiction in Super. It's unclear whether a condemned soul can actually escape hell or not, but similarly to how the Ginyu Force managed to do so in DBZ anime filler, it is quite possible to do so under certain conditions. So I will be playing with this idea further. Raditz keeps his presence undetected until Goku gets sucked up into Princess Snake Castle. There, Raditz finally reveals himself, observing Goku as he dances with Princess Snake. Raditz is surprised to see Goku being so friendly and wonders about Goku's promiscuous behavior. Goku, confused by the term promiscuous, is even more puzzled about Raditz's presence. Raditz explains how he followed Goku out of hell and has been telling him ever since. He is curious about Goku stopping the castle though. Goku is slightly irritated and explains that he trained with King Kai to become stronger than the other Saiyans. Princess Snake and her minions are confused, saying that she isn't King Kai, but she's thrilled to host Goku and Raditz there for a meal. Despite Goku initially declining, Princess Snake insists and Goku eventually agrees. Raditz begins to laugh and comments on how gullible Goku is, warning him that Princess Snake is planning to poison him. Princess Snake, overhearing Raditz, becomes furious and transforms into a giant snake, chasing after Goku and Raditz. As they escape, Raditz shout out, "I'll be back, I love me a feisty woman." Goku is less thrilled to have Raditz there, tagging along, especially since Raditz is the reason why he's dead. But despite his irritation, Goku really has no choice but to tolerate it, while Raditz is determined to find a way to get revived alongside with Goku, making it clear that he won't be leaving Goku's side anytime soon. As they traverse the other world, they eventually arrive at King Kai planet. To Goku's astonishment and confusion, they find another Goku there already training. Raditz, however, is shocked to recognize this figure. It's their father, Bardock. For those that's wondering how could Bardock not be condemned to hell, well, everything is canon, so that includes the episode of Bardock as well. where Bardock did some righteous deeds in that special episode and just had a completely change of heart in that special episode. I'm pretty sure if DBZ Vegeta can be considered good by the end of the Buu Saga, then so can Bardock. Bardock is initially confused, but deeply relieved to see his children have grown up and survived, seeing that his wish did come true. He assumed that Frieza must have been responsible for their deaths, but to only learn that they killed each other. Bardock is filled with frustration and disappointment, and he delivered a punch to both of them. He more angry at the fact that all the trouble and worry that their mother went through just for them to end up killing each other. Upon Bardock mentioning their mother, Raditz questioning her whereabouts, Bardock becomes quiet for a moment, revealing that he has been searching for her for years, but it is hard to look for a specific person in an infinite size heaven. He arrived at King Kai's planet only 10 years ago. Bardock then asked them about their reasons for being there, questioning how he managed to arrive there despite his past actions. Goku and Raditz explained their situation, including how Goku gonna get resurrected with the Dragon Balls, and Bardock initially doubts this and remembers his vague memory of Goku confronting Frieza and realizes that they tell him the truth. He invites Goku to train with King Kai, but to be accepted by King Kai, Goku must tell him a joke first, which he eventually does. However, King Kai is curious about Raditz's presence there and asks Goku if he wants him to send Raditz back down to hell. Goku contemplates this, remembering that Raditz is the reason why he is in the afterlife in the first place. Just as he's about to make his decision, Bardock interrupts. Bardock tells Goku that if Raditz really did lose on Earth, he'll be no use to the other Saiyans there, especially considering his failure against another low-class Saiyan. Bardock doubts that Raditz has any value to the other Saiyans, which Raditz gets upset about and neglects. But Bardock proposes a wager. Raditz is confused by this, but Bardock asks King Kai to let Raditz contact the two Saiyans and requests that they revive him with the Dragon Balls. Everyone is perplexed, but Raditz agrees and contacts Vegeta and Nappa, and initially they get confused and it's a moment of silence. But they soon burst into laughter at Raditz's request, calling him trash and useless. Raditz's spirit is crushed by the rejection, and his frustration turns into fury. In his rage, he is accidentally crushed down on King Kai, who is caught off guard by the intense outburst. Raditz then desperately pleads to Goku to allow Raditz to at least stay there and train, hoping for another chance to prove himself. Goku, noticing a slight shift in Raditz's demeanor amidst the chaos, he takes a moment to weigh the situation. He agreed to let Raditz stay and train under King Kai, but with a clear warning: if Goku senses any deceit or trouble, he will ensure that Raditz remains in the afterlife. With the decision made, right now, Raditz, Goku, and Bardock are training on King Kai's planet. Goku is preparing for the Saiyans, while Raditz is focused on seeking revenge against Vegeta and Nappa for making a fool out of him. Goku promised Raditz that he'll be revived with the Dragon Balls if he behaved and proved that he could be trusted. But Goku isn't really sure if he can ever really trust Raditz. After all, Raditz is the guy who kidnapped his son and threatened to kill some of Earth's population to get his son back. Even after giving Raditz a second chance, Raditz took the opportunity to screw him over again. Can Goku really trust a guy like that? Goku contemplates this, but he has to admit it's great to have two stronger training partners for once, especially Bardock. Bardock seems to hardly be trying and is clearly heavily suppressed. Just how strong could this guy really be? And as of this moment, Goku doesn't see Bardock as his father. He isn't sure if he can really be trusted, especially with his own brother having tried to kill him. Still, Bardock must have some merit to be allowed to train with King Kai, right? Goku decided to brush out these concerns and focus on the training. Raditz noticed Goku's troubled expression and asks Kakarot what's wrong. Goku reluctantly denies anything being wrong, but Raditz senses something off. Goku then asks Kakarot how the Dragon Balls work and if he'll be revived. And Goku explains that as long as Raditz's body is intact and he hasn't died before, he'll be just fine. Raditz falls silent for a moment before angrily pointing out that his body will be fine after cooking in the sun for 6 months straight. To be fair, Goku had forgotten all about Raditz' body being left behind since his body was teleported to the other world, and Goku isn't really sure if he wants Raditz to be revived. This leads to a heated argument between them. Meanwhile, Bardock and King Kai are both freaked out, especially King Kai. We had two siblings who killed each other, a father that Goku doesn't remember, and Raditz, who he hasn't seen in almost 20 years. Bardock has been in the afterlife for the past 1,000 years, not reconnected with anyone, and these three just have some serious family issues, with King Kai merely a spectator. Goku walks up to King Kai and asks can he use him for a moment. King Kai, slightly puzzled by Goku's request, asks what he needs. Goku requests that King Kai contact Bulma and asks if she can retrieve Raditz's corpse and somehow restore it. Bulma, confused by the request, wonders if this is even possible. And I'm not really sure if Bulma can achieve something to this degree, but she has accomplished amazing feats before. I mean, she did build a time machine in a post-apocalyptic world with minimal technology, and given the advanced tools and AI she has right now, she might be able to analyze and repair cellular damage at a molecular level. This also gives her a chance to learn more about the Saiyan body, which is why she thinks Goku is a genius for asking her this. However, Goku revealed that he might actually revive Raditz. With Raditz revival in progress, Goku and the others can finally train without distractions. Meanwhile, King Kai begins to teach Goku the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb, and he's very impressed by Goku's body and advanced knowledge of Ki, making him the very first student to truly master these techniques. Goku is surprised and asks if Bardock can use them too. King Kai explains that Bardock isn't really his student. He's here because the 10 times gravity feels like home for him. Plus, Bardock has another form that surpasses the Kaioken. Excited, Goku asks Bardock to show him this secret form. Bardock, initially confused, realizes that King Kai must have encouraged this, but seeing Goku so eager makes Bardock a bit shy, so he agrees, and he tells Raditz to pay attention too. Bardock relaxes and suddenly powers up to Super Saiyan. Both Goku and Raditz are stunned by the immense surge in energy, with Raditz collapsing to the ground, calling Bardock the legendary Super Saiyan. Noticing their shock, Bardock explained that this is just the first stage, before he transformed to a Super Saiyan 2. He said this is the form known as a Super Saiyan that surpassed their original, or simply Super Saiyan 2. Goku and Raditz remain paralyzed by the overwhelming energy. Bardock, however, continued to transform, and King Kai began to beg Bardock not to cause trouble on his planet, but Bardock insists on pushing further beyond. His energy began to shake the other world, causing the sky to split, and even the Z fighters on Earth consisted, realized that they must be connected to Goku, wonder what kind of training could he even be doing. Finally, Bardock completes his transformation and apologizes for taking so long, revealing that this form is kinda new, but it's what he calls Super Saiyan 3. Though shocked by Bardock's immense power, Goku and Raditz are even more determined with their training, locking in a new level of strength they witnessed has inspired them to push past their limits even further. During their training, Raditz suggests reviving Bardock, considering his immense power and how beneficial he could be for their future battles. However, Bardock declines, making it clear that they should not rely on resurrecting someone who's already been dead for so long. Bardock believes they should handle their own battles and not depend on an external savior. Goku agrees with Bardock's sentiment, so this is pretty much his ideology from the Buu Saga, plus Goku knows that the Dragon Balls can't revive anyone who's been dead for more than a year. So reviving Bardock isn't even an option right now. As the months pass, Goku, Bardock, and Raditz accidentally extended their training by an extra day. He kind of begins to panic and informs Goku that he need to travel down Snake Way again. Goku, now also freaking out, argues that he need to be there to protect his friends, especially with the Saiyans now on Earth. King Kai reassures him that he should arrive there in at least an hour or two. Despite this, Goku remains anxious about leaving his friends there unprotected. In a moment of silence, Raditz approaches Goku and tells him he will protect him. He reassures Goku, stating that he promised to do so. Goku, though wary due to Raditz's past betrayals, decides to trust him this time. However, he makes it clear if Raditz betray him again, he promised that he would never forgive him. Raditz, understanding the gravity of Goku's words and feeling that he kind of owes Goku at this point, given the chances that he'd been given, even after death, shakes his hand in agreement. King Kai then instructs Bulma to revive both Raditz and Goku, with Raditz disappearing to Earth and Goku beginning his sprint down Snake Way. He is determined to return as quickly as possible. Though I haven't touched on the human Z fighters, Piccolo, Gohan, or the others, so far their power levels remain mostly unchanged. Piccolo's power level may have slightly increased due to his fight with Garlic Jr., maybe bringing him up to around 3800. But the Z fighters are currently facing the Saiyans, with Nappa playing the Cybermen for them to fight. Tien destroys the first Cyberman, and Yamcha steps up to take on the second one. And despite Yamcha actually putting up an impressive performance, he does let his guard down, and the Cyberman attaches itself to him, preparing to self-destruct. Just before the Cyberman explodes, two energy blasts come from the sky. One blast aimed toward the Cyberman attached to Yamcha, forcing it to release him in fear, and the other blast takes out the remaining Cybermen, leaving the battlefield in shock. Yamcha managed to escape the explosion just in time while everyone is puzzled by the unknown key attacks, and looks up at the sky, and to their astonishment, it's Raditz. Boy, Raditz himself is surprised that early women did such a great job restoring his body back together. Everything is exactly the same, and I mean everything. He begins to wonder if he'll be able to benefit from Zenkai's from fresh again. Overjoyed to have his tail back, Raditz descends to join the rest of the group. The human Z fighters and the Saiyans are stunned. Piccolo, irritated, questions Raditz, while Vegeta demands to know what's going on. Wasn't Raditz dead? Raditz begins to laugh hysterically. He responds, "I'm gonna try my best Raditz impression, so here I go." Kakarot didn't tell you guys? Wow, he really didn't plan on having me revived, did he? But don't worry, Green Man. I'm here to fulfill my promise to Kakarot. None of you will die on this battlefield today. Anyway, these two are mine. Nappa, while shocked, but also confused, begins to laugh. He mocks Raditz, calling him a low-class trash, suggesting that Raditz's easy defeat of the Cybermen was due to their own carelessness. You equate to nothing, Raditz. The only reason why you could kill that Cyberman so easily is probably because they let their guard down. Hiding here on this planet and faking your death makes you a coward. Vegeta, deep in thought, contemplates Raditz's strength. There's no way Raditz could kill a Cyberman so easily while being stronger. He must have gotten a Zenkai boost from his last battle. But didn't he contact us in the other world, asking if we would revive him? Why would he do that if he was alive? If he did get resurrected alongside Kakarot, could that mean? Vegeta shouts at Nappa, ordering him to check his scouter. Both Nappa and Vegeta's scouters read Raditz's power level at 2000. Nappa laughs again. "So what? I can still copy you, Raditz. Don't get so cocky." Vegeta, frustrated, demands Raditz, "Curse it! Stop hiding your power level like a coward." Raditz now began to power up, causing the scatter reading to skyrocket. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000. The scatter finally reaches its maximum level and breaks, revealing Raditz's final power level at 70,000. Vegeta, enraged and disbelieving this, can't accept that a low-class Saiyan could be so powerful. He won't accept it. It's impossible. This can't be happening. He knows he needs to find a way to win. Raditz, now gloated with excitement, relishes the chance to make the prince feel this way. He's thrilled to see Vegeta's shock and disbelief, even though he himself didn't realize just how strong he had become. The training with Bardock on King Kai's planet had leveled him up to a point where he now feels more formidable than ever. Raditz wants Nappa and Vegeta to fully grasp his overwhelming power. Piccolo, sensing the situation getting out of hand, interrupts. While he's unsure of everything that's going on right now, he figures if Raditz is strong enough to deal with them, then he should hurry up and do so. It's not good to let him feel desperate. Raditz, however, shrugs off Piccolo's concern, saying that he got it, just stay behind him. But then it clicks. Vegeta orders Nappa to use his Blazing Storm attack on the Earthlings. Raditz, shocked by Vegeta's sudden attack, dashes towards the Z fighters, warning them to move. Instantly, Vegeta arrives to the sky and fires a maximum power Gallic gun straight at the Earth's core. Raditz arrives just in time to confront the attack and begins to push it away. As Raditz recovers, Vegeta shouts to Nappa, "Do it now." Nappa rushes towards Raditz, grabbing his tail and yanking it off. Raditz's eyes widen in horror as he looks up, realizing what Vegeta is planning. Nappa, grinning wickedly, throws an artificial moon into the sky. The luminous moon's presence signals to Raditz that he now faces a much larger threat. The real concern here is Vegeta and how Raditz will manage to deal with him. Raditz tries to dash towards Nappa to confront him, but Vegeta intervenes just as he's about to strike. Frustrated and anxious, Raditz must rethink his strategy. He hates to admit it, but Piccolo was right. He should take care of them earlier, but he won't give up. He is determined to keep his promise to Kakarot. After all, he is the son of the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta overhears Raditz, mumbling something about Super Saiyan, but he dismisses it, thinking Raditz must have gone crazy after dying. He is annoyed though. He had to use his Great Ape form against a low-class Saiyan, but he planned to end things very quickly. How did that weakling Raditz become so strong? That's right, if Raditz is this strong, he can only imagine how powerful Kakarot might be. The battlefield is a storm of chaos, as Vegeta and Nappa relentlessly assault Raditz. Vegeta's fierce energy blasts and Nappa's powerful strikes push Raditz back, leaving him struggling to maintain his ground. The battle is intense, with Raditz taking some heavy blows while desperately trying to hold his own. Sensing Raditz's predicament, the Z Fighters spring into action. Krillin and Tien launch a dual powerful solar flare. The blinding light disrupts Vegeta and Nappa, also giving Raditz a crucial moment to counter. Raditz, seizing the opportunity, unleashes a devastating double Sunday. Its twin beings engulfing Nappa in a gigantic explosion. Yamcha darts in and unleashes a series of rapid whip-faint fists to keep Vegeta at bay, creating openings for Piccolo, while Piccolo focuses his energy and fires a barrage of special beam cannons. Each shot aimed at Vegeta's knees. The attack lands, forcing Vegeta to stagger and roar in anger. Nappa is obliterated and the Z Fighters cheer for a moment. However, their mini victory is short-lived. Enraged, Vegeta ascends to the sky and gathers immense energy for a colossal Mount Beam attack. The ground quakes as the beam launches towards the Z Fighters. Everyone scrambles to evacuate the area, dodging the destructive force. However, Raditz notices Gohan is still there and realizes he has been paralyzed ever since Raditz returned. Seeing Raditz return like this must have triggered Gohan PTSD. Raditz sprints towards Gohan despite his injuries. The realization hits him hard. He can't reach him at this speed. Dang it! Raditz curses. He can't let it end like this. Not him. This is the one person he can't let die. Flashbacks of his training with Goku and Bardock come rushing back, particularly the principles of the Kaioken technique taught to Goku by King Kai. In a desperate bid, Raditz activates the Kaioken, his aura flaring with intense energy. He uses this surge to push Gohan out the beam's path, momentarily saving him. But the technique was used too rashly, and Raditz's body began to give out. Raditz, barely conscious, urges Gohan to flee. As Gohan retreats, Vegeta prepares for another Mount Beam attack. Raditz collapses, accepting his fate. As Vegeta's massive beam prepares to strike, just as the beam is about to hit, a red streak of energy streaks to the sky, intercepting and overwhelming Vegeta's attack. The force of the beam forces Vegeta to dodge, barely escaping the devastating strike. The Z Fighters watch in stunned silence as Goku arrives on the scene with a power level of 100,000. His presence turns the tide of the battle, and Raditz, though on the brink of passing out, can't help but to smile. Goku drops into his battle stance, ready to take on Vegeta, but something makes him pause. He glances over at Raditz, who's the only one who's battered and injured, while the rest of the Z Fighters are practically unscathed. Goku's eyes widen in disbelief. Raditz actually kept his promise, kinda moved by his brother's unexpected resolve, and Goku decided to give Raditz the only Sister Beam. As Raditz heals, his power level surges to 150,000. Even he's taken aback, marveling at Earth's incredible healing beams. For a moment, he wonders how this planet holds so many wonders, but he quickly refocuses. Now with both of them at full strength, there's no way Vegeta stands a chance. But then Goku does something that catches Raditz off guard. He refuses Raditz's help, insists on facing Vegeta alone. Raditz is annoyed at first, but then he gets it. Kakarot's Saiyan blood is itching for a one-on-one showdown with someone as powerful as Vegeta, respecting his brother's warrior spirit. Raditz steps back, letting Goku have his moment. As the real battle is about to begin, Vegeta is taken aback. His last attack should have ended things. How did Kakarot stop that? He curses under his breath. There's no way another low-class warrior could cause him so much trouble. It's impossible. He convincing himself that must be it. He must not have put his full power into that last blast. That maybe he subconsciously held back, but he won't make that mistake again. He's going to finish Kakarot right now. Vegeta launches towards Goku, determined to end it. But suddenly, he's struck by a red streak and thrown off balance. As he recovers, he looks down at the ground, only to see Kakarot still standing in the same spot, staring back at him with an unwavering focus. Confused, Vegeta tries to attack again, but he's hit with the same red streak again and again. Frustrated, Vegeta curses and demands Kakarot stop playing games with him. He demands to know what's going on. Goku, still calm, explains that he's using the Kaioken technique, which pretty much doubles his power. But as he's saying this, Goku finally noticed Vegeta's monstrous appearance and is puzzled. Raditz, equally confused at Goku, explains that this is the Great Ape transformation, and it suddenly clicks for Goku. This is the form that killed his grandfather. A surge of anger and sadness crosses his mind, but he shoves it aside for now. While the other Z fighters and Raditz just exchange confused glances. Goku just not figured this out, and Raditz just smacked his hand across his head, thinking that Goku should already know this. Vegeta, now furious and desperate, decides to unleash another Mount Beam attack, but Goku quickly reacts, hitting Vegeta with a Kaioken ×3 Kamehameha, leaving Vegeta severely damaged. Goku, realizing the threat of Vegeta's Great Ape form, wonders what would happen if he destroyed the artificial moon. Acting on this thought, he destroys the moon, which causes Vegeta to revert to his normal form. Enraged by his defeat and the loss of his Great Ape form, Vegeta curses, declaring that he was beaten by a low-class warrior. Goku, in turn, he tells Vegeta that he could have easily sliced Vegeta's tail off, but he chose not to out of respect. He recalls Raditz's complaints about his own tail and his own feeling about his own tail when he was younger. Goku offered Vegeta one chance to leave Earth, sparking a heated argument with Raditz. Raditz argues that letting Vegeta go alive is a mistake. Vegeta will only come back to try and kill them all again. Goku counters Raditz, however, reminding Raditz that he too had been getting another chance even after actually killing Goku. And while these two just debate, Vegeta just sees this and just uses distraction to make his escape. Even Vegeta wasn't sure why they was arguing, but one thing he know for sure, that he needed to flee and fast. He'll definitely be back for revenge. As he escapes, both Goku and Raditz are a little stunned. Goku trying to lighten the mood with jokes, saying at least that's that, but Raditz, not in the mood for jokes, quietly responds saying no, probably not. There's a chance that Vegeta will either come straight back here or head to that green guy's planet Namek. And if he does, it could mean the destruction of that planet, or even worse, if Vegeta somehow manages to succeed, he'll gain immortality and he'll be back for sure to finish them all off. Before Goku can reply, King Kai interrupts their conversation, with him actually agreeing with Raditz here. He says he could sense a great evil head towards Namek, but the Z fighter is still trying to process Vegeta's escape and quickly react, saying that's impossible. Vegeta just left and he was barely standing. Is Namek really that close? But King Kai shakes his head, explaining that Namek is far from Earth, and he focuses his senses on the approaching key, and when he recognizes it, he senses a great evil. He falls to the ground shouting, "It's Frieza." The Z fighters exchange confused glances, saying, "Who the heck is this Frieza guy?" All of them except Raditz, that is. Raditz curses under his breath, saying that this is even worse than he thought. If Frieza somehow get his hands on these Dragon Balls, forget Earth, the whole universe is done for. Goku and the others are stunned. Is this Frieza guy really that strong? And Raditz nods, gravely explaining that Frieza power is dozen times greater than Goku's current level. The gravity of the situation sinks in, and Raditz continues, but what can they even do? Earth doesn't even have the technology to even get us to Namek. Are they really gonna have to wait here until either Frieza or Vegeta shows back up here with their immortality? But then Krillin speaks up, saying he pretty sure if Bulma could build a machine that could rejuvenate your cells on a molecular level, then he pretty sure that Bulma could build a spaceship to get on there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the last part, Bulma just built a rejuvenation pod much earlier than she did in Super, due to her having to restore Raditz's body basically from nothing. Plus, with all the other alien space pods that's laying around, like Goku's Saiyan space pod when he first arrived on the planet, and Nappa's Saiyan space pod, it shouldn't be that hard to scrap those two to build something even better. At least for someone like Bulma, of course. It might be a suicide mission, but what other choice do they really have? With no other options, the group heads towards Castle Court, ready to pitch together their desperate plans. But as they were leaving, Raditz sensed a faint energy, weak and almost dying. So he decided to ignore it and just flew away. But unbeknownst to him, that energy belonged to none other than Nappa himself, barely clinging to life and unable to move. It seemed that the Great Ape form had tanked the brunt of Raditz's attack, knocking Nappa out cold in his base form. Two figures approached Nappa, however, one resembling a human, the other more machine than a man. It was Dr. Gero and Dr. Willow, who had formed a temporary alliance, each driven by their similar goals. Dr. Gero had promised to find Dr. Willow a suitable host. Originally, they had planned to use Master Roshi, but Gero, he suggested an even better candidate, Goku. However, with Goku's current overwhelming power displayed in the battle against Vegeta, that plan was out of reach for now. But there was another option, a warrior who had shown potential greater than Roshi and still had untapped levels of strength due to his Saiyan DNA. Nappa, an artificial Saiyan with Dr. Willow in control. There's no telling what level he could reach, and they can even learn invaluable insights about the Saiyan biology, using that knowledge to prepare for the battle against Goku. How Dr. Willow planned to transplant his massive brain into Nappa's head, I don't really know. He played the same thing with Goku in the movie, so I'm just gonna go with that. But Dr. Gero was able to help, and it managed to secure the brain into the head. Dr. Willow was delighted with his incredible new body, but now it was time to fulfill his side of the agreement. He would help Gero speed up his work on the androids. And for now, we'll leave these two.